So Igeres Kodesh Chaf Bet in Tanya. It's continuing the theme. Okay, the first thing we learned was remind myself what it was again.
Who remembers what we learned?
What was two days ago? What did we learn? Remember? We learned chapter 16. Yeah, well, first we learned chapter 14. Chapter 14 says maybe if God allows, then a ruach of the tzaddik is going to come inside of you to impregnate itself inside of you, so your naran can be begalui in your moach and lev, and you can actually experience what it's like to be a tzaddik be'emes. And it said that's Tanya. That was chapter 14. Chapter 16 says that even if you can't do it, but your soul is only in a state of yanika, which means that it's not revealed, it's just there, sort of in the background. You could still, through the good thought of trying to do it like the Tzaddik Hashem connects it up to the world of Bria. So that means you reach the same Madrega. And then the continuation of the next chapters talks about that is enough for a person to continue doing Torah and mitzvahs because he gets enough ore out of it, and the more he pushes, the more he gets spiritually to grow. And then we learned Igeres Kodesh chapter 19, where we talked about the level of Moshe Rabbeinu yesterday, and how we reached the Achoraim of Abba that was mislabish in Ima, which was mislabish in the Arba Tachtoinos of Zah, and he got the pneumius of that. Okay, you remember that? Yeah. Okay. A part two of Bina, whatever that means. Yeah, whatever that means. Okay, now we're going to learn Torah Chav Igeres Kodesh. Chapter Chaf Bet. Okay, this chapter talks about the difference between a Chacham and a Navi. It's a continuation of what's going on, of the themes that we're going on. Now a little bit. You mentioned a little bit. Now it's another point. Okay, now Ohavei Achai V'Ra'ai. My brothers, my lovers, my friends. Me'ava mesuteret tochacha megule lechu na v'ni v'achacha. Zichu yamot olam binu shnot dor vador ha'ita kazot emet olam. This is giving a rebuke to the people of that generation. Va'aya efo metzatam min hagzeh be'echad mikol sifrei chochma Yisrael. How do we find this minhag in even one of the sfarim of the wisdom of the Jews? Harishonim v'achronim liyot minhag v'tikun, to have a minhag and a tikun, lish'ol be'etza gashmius kedat malasot b'nila olam agashmi after gdolei chochmei Yisrael. So the question is, if a person needs an answer and advice in something physical, what to do physically, should you ask a gadol and a chacham in Israel? Harishonim katanayim v'amoraim asher kol raz lo anas lahu. It says the Amoraim and Tanaim, no secret of the world is held back from them. They know what's going on. So the question is, when you need a question in the physical world, who do you ask? Okay, Nerin lahon shvilin derakia. It says the pathways of the heavens are shining to the Tanaim and Amoraim. Ki'im lenevim. So we didn't ask them. People didn't ask the Tanaim and Amoraim what to do with physical situations. How do you fix this? How do you get this better? Ki'im lenevim mamash. You ask a navi. When you have a physical question, you ask a navi. We're going to see a prophet. Why? Asher hayu lifnim b'Yisrael, like we had in the Jewish people, like Shmuel, haroeh asher alach elav Shaul yidrosh Hashem al dvar ha'atonot shnei avdu le'aviv. Okay, there was a case where, I think it's like sheep or something. There was donkeys, yeah. Donkeys that were lost, so he asked the prophet what to do in the situation.
Where they are, I guess.
Where they are, yeah.
Saul did? King Saul?
Yeah. Shaul was the king, and he had to ask the prophet, Shmuel, at that time maybe. Right, okay. And he had to ask the prophet, where's the donkeys? Why don't you ask Amorai? Yeah. Ki be'emet kol inyanei Adam levad midivrei Torah v'yirat shamayim enam musagim rak b'nevuah. Because the truth is, all the concepts of a person, except for the words of Torah and yirat shamayim, they're only grasped with nevuah. Okay? V'lo l'chachamim lechem. The chachamim, they don't have the bread, which means someone's learning Gemara all day and then learning Shulchan Aruch and they're mecharishing halachas. Can't ask them things about the physical world. Lo l'chachamim lechem. They can't ask about the bread. Everything is in the hands of heaven except for the fear of heaven. Okay, 7 things are hidden from a person. One of them is a person not going to know how he's going to make money. When's Mashiach going to come? Is another thing about the 7 things. Okay, it's in the Gemara somewhere. I think in Psachim brings it. So they compare the both of them together. Yoetz v'chacham chereshim v'chen mashum rozal v'neinim mimenu etzav hainu v'dat Torah hanikra toshia. So now we see sometimes the sages actually compared the two together. As it says, Yoetz v'chacham, it compares an advisor and a wise person in the same pasuk. And it says, we enjoy from him.
Chereshim.
Yeah.
They're deaf.
Yoetz v'chacham chereshim, okay. V'kemaim razal v'neinim mimenu etzav v'toshia, and we enjoy from them advice and salvations. Hainu b'dat Torah shehanikra toshia. Kemaim razal Yoetz ze sheyodea la'aber shanim v'likbo chadeshim. A yoetz, an advisor, is the one who knows how to calculate the years and to make the months. Shisod ha'ibur, the concept of the ibur, which is the ability to make the leap years, karu etza, that's called advice. Visod, and it's called the secret, b'lashon Torah, because each of us hedgin, daf pei zayin ayin sham pirush Rashi. Okay, so now we're going to explain why the question basically is, why do you have to go to a Navi to ask physical things as opposed to a Chacham?
When I went to the doctor, when they were sick, I went to the Navi.
They went to the Navi, yeah. Or yeah, it's true, they went to the Navi.
When was that? When they're sick, they went to
In times of the Gemara.
Why are we sick? The Navi will tell you why you're sick and why you have to get over it.
Right, there's that also. And we all see it, we're going to see shortly when we get into the Torah. Hanina ben Dosa would pray on the sick people.
What was Rambam considered?
Rambam?
Yeah.
What was he considered? A doctor.
He wasn't a Navi.
It was a level of a Chacham, l'chora.
That's higher. So how could they go?
Well, why is it higher? It's better, yeah. It has an advantage. It has an
How could they go
advantage.
to him for physical questions? I thought you said.
Oh no, the Rambam they asked. Well, the Rambam they asked health questions. He was a.
They asked
He was
everything.
Those are physical questions. But you said he was a Navi.
Who was a Navi? The Rambam?
Who's a chacham?
Chacham.
Chacham, sorry. I thought a Chacham was higher than a Navi.
Because he can understand all the things, but a Navi has the revelation of it.
So I thought you were saying that if you have a physical problem, you ask the Navi, not the Chacham.
He asked the Navi. Yeah, there was no Navi. There was no Navi then.
So maybe he was in a sort of realm of them both.
Yeah.
His teachings would
Well,
definitely came
you
from
definitely
someone.
would be involved because if you're.
He wasn't a Navi, but he was a doctor.
Well,
Yeah, we don't know. Yeah, we don't know. But I mean, physical. If you lost your donkeys, you wouldn't ask the Rambam where my donkeys are.
but you know, there's stories of they go to tzaddikim today. And
Yeah, so there's a bechina of nevuah in the tzaddikim. It would be good, yeah. Achem etagid l'shomim li, ki ava mekakelet shura. The love destroys the straightness. Shh. Vehine hiksut einaim shelo lirot ha'emet. It's a foolishness of your eyes not to see the truth. Mirov avatam l'chaya guf. Because people have so much love for their physical life. Okay. V'shem shamayim lavod bo et Hashem berash be'esh. V'shalhevet gdola ma'avat nafsham et Hashem. Al ken heitev chara lehem betzar guf. Chas shalom Hashem yirachem. Ve'enu chalim lekabel klal ad she ma'avirim al datam. V'kitat ragleim me'ila'il lishol etzat merachok v'lo sha'u el Hashem l'shuv alav haruach nemucha v'achnat haguf lekabel tochat ahava. Basically, he's saying the reason why people are running around trying to get answers from Nevi'im is because they actually love their physical bodies more than they love their souls, and if they would love their souls more, they would receive what Hashem brings upon them with love, and would have received it from Hashem, because whoever Hashem loves, He chastises. Okay. Okay. Now, Kamo Av Rachaman, like a merciful father, that's a chacham and a tzaddik, that hits his son. She'en leben chacham la'afok oref, that a wise son wouldn't turn his head, lanus, and to run away, v'limtzo lo azara, and to try to find help, or filu melitz yosher lefanav aviv v'rachaman v'tzadik v'chasid, rak liyot yashar yichazu pnimo im aviv panim v'panim. A wise son would just take the hit to the father and say no, because the father's doing it for a good reason. V'lispol hakotav be'ava, v'letov lo kol yamim, to take whatever Hashem's giving him, because it's good for him all the days. Hine l'mayla b'chirat panim. So that's looking at Hashem panim b'panim. And beyond the panim is the ratzon and cheshek asher avinu b'shmashamayim mashpia levanav, is a desire that Hashem in the heavens is mashpia to His children. Kol tuv olamim, He gives only good. V'chai nefesh v'guf, and the life of the soul and the body. Ba'ava v'ratzon chashicha v'chafitza, al yedei Torah chaim, through the Torah of life. Shehi ratzono yitbarach, which is Hashem's will. Asher natan lanu, which He gave us, as it says, Ki ba'or panecha natata lanu Torah chaim. In the light of your face, You gave us the Torah of life. La'asot ba retzono, to do His will. V'al ze ne'emar ba'or pnei melech chaim v'retzono. In the light of the face of the king is life and will. Masha'in ken la'ovet golgolim. So if someone is an idol worshipper, mashpiachai gufam shelo b'ratzon, Hashem gives them the physical life not with will and desire. That's why for Hashem they call Hashem Elokim Acherim, other gods. Shiyonkim bichinat achoraim, because they get from the backside of Hashem, because Hashem's giving shepherd to all the world. Okay, and to the Jewish people, it's very precise and exact, because it's for our good to grow, and for the rest of the nations, it's thrown behind. So here you go. Okay, so therefore, we're learning a big point. Actually, it's related to the Torah, because we said that the Ruach, which comes from the Ruach of the Torah, that goes to the Ruach of the Tzaddik, that comes to us, is Mevato all the Apikorsus. And the Apikorsus is a big form of Apikorsus. If you Mevato the Apikorsus, then you just see that it's just Hashem doing things to you, not other people, not this guy in the mikvah, not this and that. Okay? No problem. Okay, now, Kachu ba'adam ha'ratzon v'cheshek hu b'chinet panim. So too in the person, your desire is in the way of panim. V'im eno mekabel ba'ava u'ratzu kilo hofech oref v'achor chas shalom. So a person that's in a state of panim is that whatever Hashem sends him, he's looking straight, not turning his head to avoid situations. Va'etza ye'utza lekabel ba'ava hi etzat Hashem befi chazal. So it says, what's the advice in order to receive everything with love? As what the sages say, lepashpesh b'ma'asav. A person has to, it says if in the Gemara and Brachos, if a person sees things are not going well, he has to think about what he's doing, look at his actions. He'll see in his actions that he has sins that need to be cleansed, okay, and in suffering because of that. You're going to see how much love Hashem has for you. That is Kemashal Melech Gadol, like you have a very big king. V'nora harochetz bichvado v'atzmot soat b'no yechido. You have a very big king. What does he do? His son gets dirty in the mud, so the king says, "I'm going to clean him." So therefore, it's a love that he has with his son. Okay. As it says in the pasuk, "Im rachat Hashem soat b'not Tzion, beruach mishpat k'mayim b'panim v'lapanim tit orer ava b'lev kol maskil." So if a person sees this, it'll arouse a love for Hashem. And he'll understand the essential love for Hashem to the lower world, which is greater than all of the worlds. As it says, Chesed is love, which is the Chai Chaim, that's Hashem in all the worlds. Okay, and Megula Shahayta Tchila Melubeshet B'Ster B'Tochacha Megula V'Imtaku Gvura. So here, what does he say? When a person does this and sees that it's really just Hashem doing it to me, and you're changing things about you, and you're fixing all the problems, then you see that it's really Hashem, and then you feel the Ava for Hashem, Panim Upanim, and then all of the Gvuras are metaken in the Shoresh, and all the Dinim are now nullified. Okay? Because you feel that Ava is within all the worlds. Yeah. Okay, now, okay, so he says like this. Because he was so busy with all the things going on, you couldn't say everything that was on his heart. But he's going to mention what he said at the beginning, in general and specific. El hamitnavdim be'am la'amod al avoda, for the ones who stand on avoda, which is tefillah, in a loud voice, to stand strong on anything that's pushing you from the inside or the outside, with a strong hand. Shehu ratzon yirya v'sher l'mayla min ha'chokhmah v'tfuna asher natan Hashem behem al adat la'asot et kol asher tzivah Hashem b'askel v'adat. So rak ratzon pashut v'ruch nediva, just a simple will and a giving spirit in each person, in which he'll give his heart to do this avoda constantly, to make nachad ruach for your Creator. Ve'al ze ne'emar ki am kashe oraf hu v'salachta. On this it says we're a stiff-necked nation, and Hashem will forgive us, because this forgiveness is also higher than chokhmah. Ki sha'alu l'chokhmah u'moshe Rabbeinu alav hashalom bikesh mida keneged mida v'dal. Ve'od zot edrosh mimale shelo lashlich divrei dvarai acharechem. Don't push my words to the side, in which I went at length. Liot kol ish yashar v'olech betumo. Each person that's straight and goes in his path. Asher asa Elokim et adam yashar, that Hashem made a person straight. V'lo yivakesh cheshbonot rabim ma'alilot mitzad gaver machshavot adam tachbutov. Don't make too many schemes out of what he said. Keep it simple, because this is the Malachet Shamayim, and it's not Malachet Basar Vadam, meaning it's Hashem's work. You be simple. You have to have emunah, shlema, in the mitzvahs of our sages, and be humble of spirit before each person in general. V'ktiv kol ish Yisrael k'ish echad chaverim, kmo sheyesh echad mechubar me'averim rabim. Just like you have a person made up of many different limbs, b've'ef adam nogea belev ki mimeno totzaot chaim. Im ken anachnu, we're all really one person. Tikon ha'avoda belev. We have to basically stand in prayer. Okay, Al Kenemar Lavdo Shechem Echad. We have to serve Hashem as one. Nali Tzur B'chol Lev and Nefesh Litzko Ahavat Re'eu B'Lo. Everyone has to love each other. Ish et Re'eu Al Tichshavu B'Levavchem K'tiv V'Lo Ta'aleh Lev Le'olam V'Im Ta'aleh Yadfinu Melibo. So if you have some type of negative feelings towards another, you have to push it away. It's like avodah zara, because lashon hara is keneged avodah zara and gilu erayos and shvichas damim. V'im bedibor kach chulu v'kvar noda lechol chacham lev. It's known to each person, some wise person, yitron hakasher machshava al davar hen letov hen lemutav. Hashem atov merech et amo b'shalom yasim alechem shalom chaim arolam kenefesh. Okay, so basically, she's basically saying, have the unity, don't have the hatred. Okay, so there he didn't really go into. You go to a Navi for physical things, but really, it's all from Hashem. That's really what he's saying here. So really what's going on physically is just from Hashem. So how do you get advice what to do? So the first thing is look at your actions and change your actions, and then Hashem is going to change things for you. Okay, now...